Best teamwork ever.
Alright, here we are, September 15th, 2016. Second hunt. This is the first morning. So I'm back here early in the morning. I've been getting a lot of trail camera pictures in the morning, late morning, middle of the day, evening. It doesn't really seem to matter. I haven't really been able to pattern them. They just come and go. There has been a couple of big bears coming in over the last week. 2 different big bears came in twice toward evening. But other than that, there's been a pretty good bear coming in all different times of the day. But last 2 days my trail camera didn't work on my bait, so I don't know what's going on the last couple of days, but I'm excited to get out there early and find out. I'm going to go back there, get hunkered in. I got my 4-wheeler. I drive it back here a ways, drop my stuff off. I got all my clothes in my backpack, everything all bagged up. So I'm going to leave that here. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes here because I want them bears to hear just like I do when I'm baiting. I want them to hear me come in, wait a little while, you know, the time I would normally spend baiting, and then I want them to hear me drive off a way. So I'm going to pull out of here another couple 100 yards, slow down, get out, walk back in, then get dressed. Carry my bow in, my bow's strapped to the back there, and I'm just ready to get out there. I think it's going to be a good day. he ran straight away. I can't see all that far, but he ran straight away and slowed right down. Boy, the wind has been terrible. Keeps on hitting me in the back of the head, but that bear come in. It's only, it's 3:45. I didn't get out here till 2:45. I was out here this morning because I keep on getting trail camera pictures. Mid-morning, early afternoon, got back out here and took an hour, and that bear come out here, come skirting right out in front of me along the edge of the thick stuff, come right into the bait, kind of circled around a little bit, checking out my GoPros down there and sniffing around. He finally come up broadside to the logs and started pulling them away. There's a couple of trees right in line with the bait in where he was, and it's not very wide, and he kept on moving back and forth between those two trees. I'm like, yeah, I can stick an arrow between there, no problem. But I got drawn back, and I was about ready to release, and he turned his head and kind of whipped his head around, and I had to hold off for a second, and he finally settled back into the logs there, and I let it fly. And I don't know, my first thought is maybe it was a little far back, but the height looked pretty good from what I could see. I could see the clean shot light up, and I whipped a ramcat at him. So I think I connected. I don't think he's going to go far. That was awesome. First day of the second hunt. This is the 5th time I've been drawn for the second hunt. I get it every other year, and I've always connected. This will be my 5th bear. This will be my 2nd with a bow. I've taken 2 with a muzzleloader, and my first one I took with a rifle. So this is pretty exciting. I've had a lot of different bears on this bait. A couple of bigger bears hanging around. There was one last night. He was, I don't remember, it was like 10:30 or just after midnight or something like that, but he won't show in the daytime. So hey, I'll take what I can get, because I got a couple of buddies up here, and I want to go sit with them and help them get their bears. So I'm happy to take whatever. I don't need a 300-pound bear. It's too tough up here in Michigan. You get a bear in, it's hard to keep them around. You get a little pressure in the woods. Today's the opener, a small game too, and I'm seeing 4-wheelers that I haven't been seeing, and tracks where I haven't been seeing them, and it's hard. It's hard to get in a far off secluded place and get these bears coming in here. You're baiting them for 5 weeks, and all of a sudden baits start going cold because a little added pressure in the woods. These bears are so smart. Drove the 4-wheeler in here, parked, unloaded our stuff, waited a few minutes, pulled the 4-wheeler out a ways. I want things to stay consistent. I want it to be just like it is when I'm baiting, because I know sitting up here in the tree, I'm in a very secluded area. But when it was calm this morning, I could hear 4-wheelers, a mile and a half off, and I know exactly where they are. These bears know exactly what's going on, where people are. They're just hard to fool. You gotta kind of play the game and do a little strategizing. But it paid off again this year. It's been at least 20 minutes. I think it's time to walk in here just a little ways. See if you can't see him laying. Alright, here we are the next morning. We found my bear. Yesterday I shot him about 4 o'clock. I spent the next 3 hours looking for it. I let it go for about a half an hour and then started looking for it. Very little blood to go by. I have blood for about 30 yards, but not really much to go by because it exited right here at the hindquarters. But it was almost the middle of the middle and ended up catching the back of the lung on the one side. And ended up making a pretty much a straight run. And I was looking in the right place to begin with. Ended up like maybe 90 yards, 80, 90 yards. But the problem is when you get down in there, you can see why the bears like it so much, because it's just thicker than thick. You can walk 10 feet past it and not see it. And it ended up in a pretty gnarly looking spot, hiding behind a tree, laying out flat. But I think it went down real quick, but the hard part with no blood was just, finding it. And anyway, we finally found it. I went out there this morning. Jeremy come with me, and we looked for another hour and a half this morning. We were coming up with a game plan of where to go next. We had a GPS. We had it mapped out where we were going. Standing there trying to figure it out. Jeremy looks over and says, "Hey, there's your bear, laying right there, about 10 yards from us." So definitely glad to find it. It wasn't, definitely wasn't quite the shot I wanted, but the outcome was good. I'm glad to see it didn't go far. It went down pretty quick actually. So I'll take it. Got another bear.